Hello students, in the last session we have discussed array and array methods. In today's session we will discuss command line arguments. So let's start. The Java command line argument is an argument that is passed at the time of running the Java program. So command line arguments simply are the arguments which are passed at the time of program execution. The arguments passed from the console can be received in the program and it can be used as an input. So it provides a convenient way to check the behavior of a program for the different values. You can pass n number of arguments from the command prompt. The command line arguments are the arguments which we pass at the time of execution of a program. See, not after the execution of a program, but when we execute a program, at that time we have to pass the command line arguments, and those arguments can be read in the Java program. Now the command which is used to execute a Java program, it is Java space file name. As we know, the command is Java space file name, and after the file name we have to pass the command line arguments. Now let us see one example here. So this is a simple program which reads command line arguments and prints the same. Now we have a class here, class command line example. In this class we have a main function. Inside the main function we have a print statement, that is system.out.print statement, and this print statement simply prints your first argument is plus, which is used for concatenation, and args of 0. Args, it is an array, and 0, that is an index position in the array. So that simply means we are printing a value at the location 0 in array args. Now this is where we are reading the command line argument. The command line arguments, as I've said, are passed at the time of program execution. Now look at here, we have a statement that is, this is the compilation of a Java program, Java C command line example.java. Then here we are executing the Java program. So the command for execution, it is Java space file name, that is command line example, and after the file name, if you look at here, what we have passed, we have passed hello. That means this hello, it is a command line argument which is passed on the command line, or which is passed from the console. So hello, when we pass hello, remember, as a command line argument, this argument is stored in the args array. So in the main function we have here string of args, that is array of string. So whatever argument we pass from the command line, all those arguments are stored in this args. And as I've told you, args, it is simply an array. So you can represent args like this. So it is array of strings. Size is not defined. Whatever arguments, whatever number of arguments which we pass, that is the size of this args. So this is our args array. So here we have passed hello, then that hello will be stored in args like this. It will be stored. And any other argument which you pass from command line, say after hello you have passed one more argument, say hi. and after high if you have passed one more, that is by. All the arguments on the command line are separated by a space in between, remember. So we are passing here three arguments, hello, hi and bye. So all those three arguments will be stored in this args in sequence. First argument first, so first hello will be stored, then we will be having hi, and then the next argument. So all these arguments are stored in args array, and it is an array, so it has an index associated with it. So hello is stored at index position 0, hi as index position 1, and bye at index position 2. So to pass arguments from command line, arguments are stored in args. How to use those arguments in the program? Once you have arguments in the args, you can read those arguments in the program. As it is an array, you can access elements from array by using the syntax. The syntax here you can see the name of an array and index position. When I say args in the array bracket 0, that will give us the value at location 0 in our array. If you look at our value 0 location, what we have, hello. Same way if I say args of say 2, args of 2, what it will return? Yes, it will return the value at location 2. Here what we have at location 2 in args, we have bye. So it will give us bye. So like this we can pass arguments from the command line, and the same arguments can be read in the program. Okay, let us execute the same program and verify the output. Okay, I'll copy the same program. I'll open a notepad to type the program. So use notepad ++ or notepad will do. If you do not have notepad ++, use a notepad. Okay, create a new file, paste the code which I have copied from the PPT. So this is our Java program. Let me save it. Save. I'll save it in drive E. Now what should be the name of our Java program? As I've told you, it is the constant in Java that the class name should be used as a file name, and as it is, capital small should be as is, it has to be same. So what is our class name? Command line example, and same has to be the file name for our program. This is very important. So I'll type command, again capital letters as it is you have to write. So command line example dot java, the extension has to be dot java. Okay, the program has been saved. Now let us compile and execute. To compile, we have to open the CMD. Okay, the CMD is open. Right now the location of CMD it is C user, so we need to go to the drive, that is F, because I have saved my programs in the F drive. So I'll say F colon. So right now we are in F drive. Now we have saved our program in the F drive, so we can compile here. So I'll say Java C space name of the program, again as it is, command line example dot java, and I'll press enter. Okay, it has shown some errors. It is saying just read the errors carefully. File not found, command line example.java. I think we haven't saved it in F drive, we have saved it in E drive instead. So I'll just move to E drive. I'll say E colon and enter. Now we are in E drive. I'll again try to compile it. Okay, it has been compiled, and there are some errors which we have to remove. You need to read the errors carefully. Error Java, this is the line number 1. What is the error? Illegal character, some character problem. So class, after the class we have some character, it is showing the exact location of an error. So after the class there is some error, and even after you can see here down the second error at line number 2, after the opening bracket it is showing. After every opening bracket there is some error, and even in public static void main, in between there are some errors, and these errors are because I have copied the program from PPT into Notepad, and in between the spaces which we have in the program, so those spaces are considered as some unknown character. So I'll just remove one space there and I'll give a space. Okay, let us see. So it is always better to type the program instead of copying and pasting it. Okay. Okay. So I'll just try to execute it, compile it again. I'll save the program. I'll go back to the console. Okay, to clear the console we have a command, that is cls. Again compile. Okay, still there are errors in the program. So there are errors at every space. After string and args we have in between error. So what we will do is, instead of this copy paste, what I'll do is I'll type the program. So copy this, delete the entire program, and let us type it. Class command line example, open bracket, then we have main, so public static void main, in bracket string of args. So this is an argument. Then inside this we have a printing statement, system dot out dot println. I'll say first argument is, then double quotes complete, plus we have print the first argument from the args. So that is an array, so we can use index, that is 0. Okay, semicolon, closing bracket, closing bracket. So our program is done. I'll save it again. Let us compile it. Clear. Okay, this time now you can see there are no errors. All those errors because we have copied it from PPT and we have pasted it here. Some unknown characters from PPT to the Notepad has appeared, and that was the reason there were so many errors. Okay, as we have compiled successfully, now I'll simply execute it. To execute the command is java space file name. After the file name we have to pass the command line arguments. Remember, if in your program you are reading the command line arguments, then you can pass the arguments here at the time of execution. So I'll pass the command line argument as hello, and say one more argument, that is hi, and I have pressed enter. Now you can see first argument is hello. So we have passed two arguments here, but it is only showing first argument hello, because in the program, if you look at, we haven't printed the second argument, we have only printed the first argument, that is 0. If you want to print even the second argument, you can print it. You can use the same system.out.println, and instead of 0, I'll say to print the first argument we have to use 1, index position 1. Now you can see if I again compile and execute, you can see it is saying first argument is hello, In the second statement also I have given a message as first argument, and that is the reason the message is shown here as first argument, but this is the second argument, that is hi. So like this, any number of arguments we can pass from the command line, and the same arguments can be read in the program. Okay, that's it about the command line arguments in Java. We will stop here today. Thank you.